to take a leg off. How's Geraldine doing, our dolphin? Is she okay? Have we all met Geraldine, the inflatable dolphin? Wait, Geraldine.
Has Gerald arrived yet?
Gerald, the male counterpart, is on his way.
Is he late? Should he be? He's late.
He's not stood her up, has he?
That would be heartbreaking.
That would be all. That would get me. I wouldn't like that. Fingers crossed, he's on his way. Yeah.
Love you, Geraldine.
Anyway, enough about inflatable dolphins. Yeah. Let's talk about why we're really here.
Yeah, we've got some guests backstage who are going to be taking your questions from the audience. These guys have collaborated a couple of times and have got some absolutely huge videos on YouTube.
Yes, really exciting.
Views. We've got Venom, Caveman Films, Blue Monkey and Element Animation.
Yes, they've been so busy as well this weekend, haven't they? Doing Q&As like this, doing meet and greets. We're having to sort of like fuel them with caffeine just to keep them going, you know? Just to keep them going. But they've been amazing, they've been great sports, and they're going to come on stage now, so massive round of applause, please. Here they are. Take your seats.
Hey.
So, welcome back to the main stage, guys.
Gents, you are all big mates. You've got your own mics. You guys have to sort of pass those around. Blue Monkey, do you want to talk about how badly you got beaten in Minecraft a little while ago? Is the yellow mic on?
Do we have any of the audience members that were here for the Minecraft tournament or took part in the competition? Yeah, there's Finn. How you doing, Finn? You alright? A few more? Yes, hello. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, basically, you want to explain what happened? Do you want to explain yourself?
Well, it all happened so fast I don't really remember. I remember some kids came on stage and they beat me.
I remember you trying to run away. That's what I remember, just running away.
I can't confirm that.
Yeah.
I was on the side of our audience team here, and it was a case of get Blue Monkey, find him, get him. That was kind of like the tactic. At one point you were bullied.
2 diamond swords, yeah, you still wasn't enough, was it? Right, okay guys, obviously you're here to talk about the films on YouTube. Who wants to pick this up first? Blue Monkey, you've got the mic at the moment. Do you want to talk to us about how it sort of came about, the collaborations you guys have done together, or not, as Venom was saying a few moments ago? Just sort of take us through this sort of inception of you guys.
So, a while back I saw a video by the Dead Workers Party called In Search of Diamonds, and they had some very basic kind of 3D animation, and it just blew my mind how you can break the boundaries of Minecraft and make something that is completely originated out of your mind. So I really liked that whole creative freedom element, and so that's why I got into animation.
Okay, element animation. Wayne, have you got a mic?
Hey Wayne, you
Hello.
again, I don't want to go too far into the player versus player, but that last match was amazing. You just drowned in lava, got stuck at the bottom of the volcano.
Tactics, it worked.
Tactics, it was very tactical, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Well, Element Animation started in 2004. Was that 10? Sorry.
It feels like
it. Yes. I joined quite late. I met Dan at college. He'd already got Element Animation up and running. So yeah, I was a late joiner, and I'm not even an animator. I'm a fraud. I shouldn't be here. But I do all the artwork for Element Animation and storyboards, things like that, visual development. So Dan's the guy. I know a guy, and it is Dan.
Okay, and the rest of the team, you guys just sort of, you collaborate with other YouTubers, you create your own content as well. Do you want to talk to us about sort of the start of the video, the start of that idea, and then sort of see it through right the way to the end?
Okay, hi guys, I'm Dan. I'm the director of Element Animation. Okay, so an average YouTube video. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's say we start on a Monday morning, we'll wake up, we'll go grab a coffee in a coffee shop and write down a bunch of horrible ideas in a sketchbook that we have. And we'll take that back and we'll filter out anything that was just rubbish. anything we can't use, anything that isn't funny. If it's funny, it goes in, but only as long as it adds to the story. If it doesn't add to the story, we can't add that in. So once we've got that, we can start putting a script together, and the script takes maybe about half a day. And then once we've got that all sorted, we can go and record all of the lines, which we have a studio in our office back home. And everybody does their lines from there. We also have a voice actor called Scott, who couldn't be here today. He's from Canada. And he voices Steve in an Eggs Guide to Minecraft, which is our main series on our YouTube channel. But once we've got all the recording done, that can take a couple of days because of where everyone is. If we have any collaborators, we have to wait for them as well. Once we have all the recording, then we can go into storyboarding. We can get all of the storyboards done, so all of the animators have something to follow while we're making the video. And then we just go through it shot by shot. We line up all the audio, we get all of the animation done. That can take, well, that depends on how complicated the animation is going to be. If there's a lot of action, it's going to take longer.
Are we on Monday still, or what day are we? Is this still Monday?
To be fair, a lot of that can be done on Monday.
Right, okay.
Alright, so I'd say we're about Thursday time now.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot.
No, it's cool, I was just interested. Right, okay, Thursday.
So, alright, so Thursday. We're doing all of the animation. That can take us all the way through to the following Thursday. The animation part is the part that takes the longest. And then once all of the animation is done, we can send that to render, which that can take a while. We can either render it in-house, in our office, on all of our computers, which they're good computers, but they're just not very powerful. They're not powerful enough to do this kind of stuff. We need Pixar kind of stuff. So we have to use the help of an external render farm, which does cost money, but it saves us a lot of time. Once we get all of those renders back, we can take it and do all the post work, get all the colors and everything right, put any extra effects we're missing out on. And then we stick it all together, put our end screen on it, and then upload straight away.
What kind of hours are you guys working?
We don't really sleep.
You just don't bother?
No.
No. But do you start early? I mean, you mentioned getting coffee, so I assume you start pretty early.
We start fairly early. I mean, me personally, I end up staying up most nights just doing it. I do this because I like it. You know, I'm not forcing.
Yeah.
You know, so and the feedback we get from everyone on our videos, it just makes it worth it.
Yeah, of course.
So it's definitely.
I think that's the cause.
That's key, isn't it? If you're not having fun doing it, you're
Exactly.
going to have fun watching it.
Yeah, you have to have fun with what you're doing, otherwise the video can go downhill straight away.
So you guys are a good example of a team of people that do this. We've got
Our Lone Rangers.
Our Lone Rangers on the end, Caveman Films and Venom. Caveman, how does your process differ to the Element animation process?
Well, it's a lot different actually, because when you're a YouTuber, a lot of the times you don't know what you're doing. These guys already know most of the ins and outs, so sometimes you have to ask for help, and that's really a big deal. I've asked Dan a lot of times for a lot of help, and actually James too, and Weedline, another animator. I've asked them all for help and advice, and it's really, really kind of tough when you want to do it, but you don't know how. And animation is kind of a really tough process. So when you're doing it yourself, sometimes you also want to enlist an animator to help you if you're a YouTuber or you just don't know what to do. So you go to, you call somebody, you talk to them, you're like, hey, I have an idea. Would you like to help me? Would you like to, help me animate? Would you like to work on this project? And you pitch the idea. It says I want to do a music video on this song, and I want it the storyboard to be the guys trying to get away from a monster or something, and they agree or they disagree, and you have to go to someone else, or you do it yourself. And so it's a really cool process, because along the way you make friends, you have to do the work too. So I don't know if you guys have heard of a music video called Wrecking Mob. Have you guys heard of that? Okay, cool. So basically, I only did half of the work with that. It was a collaborative project with a guy called Russ Playing, and he's a really good animator. He's really cool. And basically, what happened is we would split the work. So when you're designing a music video, you have to have about 4 different things. You need to have the scene, the lighting, the characters you're animating, and all the post-processing effects. So sometimes it takes quite a while to get things set up like that, and so you have to talk with people and all that stuff, and it's just a lot of work. But yeah, that's really how it differs. It's not really much differentiation, it's just that sometimes you have to ask people for help because you might not know what you're
The
doing.
end result is the same though. Some great content comes out. You guys are putting it out there for people like members of our audience to see. And Leonard, what's it like once you release that little baby that you've been working so hard on to the world and it's sort of taking its first tentative steps and you're getting feedback from people?
You know, truthfully, I actually remember the exact day that the music video specifically on my channel was released, and man, what a story that is all by itself, just because Element Animation actually did start it on the animation for that project for about the first 2 or 3 weeks or so before we ultimately had to part ways on that project. But I just remember the morning it came out, I think I woke up at like 9 a.m. or something, which is just not common for me. There wasn't much sleep to be had there. And I just remember what it's like, you know, uploading the video and just, you know, oh man, the first couple of likes getting, oh man, the first little bit of feedback is getting in, oh man, people are enjoying this. And then 3 minutes later, okay, now people have actually watched the whole video and now we're getting actual feedback rather than just the wave of first, second, first, you know.
You guys, obviously, you know, everyone starts small on YouTube, you have no subscribers, and then you have no views on your videos, and so everyone starts at the same place. Do you remember the moment when it went boom, when you sort of, yeah, it was ignited for you?
Yeah, was there a tipping point that you can pinpoint? Well, what's up? Well, the tipping point for me really, I've explained this a few times before, but as far as, you know, general YouTubing is concerned, it was back in like April of 2011 where Notch actually retweeted a video of mine. I made a video featuring the Farlands and whatnot. And I kind of thought to myself, you know, because I had just become a YouTube partner at the time and things sort of felt like they're coming together. And I remember seeing some of like Jordan, you know, Jordan's one music video and I'm like, well, there's no way that this could ever turn into anything because I was already enjoying it. There's no way it could ever turn into anything by just one hit or anything like that. So my idea was to try and start doing it daily, see if I could find things to do every single day. And for the most part, I haven't really struggled with it at all ever since.
So for me, I used to do these things. Have you ever heard of what a machinima is? Not the like company machinima, a machinima itself.
Yeah, but you use the in-game engine to create a story.
Exactly. So I actually started out my channel playing this game called RuneScape. And RuneScape itself doesn't have good gameplay. It's not exactly the most energetic gameplay to watch. But it was a really good medium for you to tell a story with, because you could pose people, you could make them say what you wanted to, make them do actions. And so I started getting into Minecraft back in 2010, and I had the idea that it would be really, really cool if I tried to do a machinima-style story in Minecraft. So after getting a few of my friends together and some voice actors that were my friends and some editing and stuff, I uploaded it to a channel, Machinima's channel because I'm part of the one, and that video blew up. It got over 1 million views. It already has like 2 million views, and that completely took me away. It completely blew my mind. And that's when I was like, you know, I like being a YouTuber.
It sounds like you hit the ground running then. There was none of this sort of, you didn't necessarily have to grow or you know, see how people were reacting to early videos. You just made you made one and it just worked straight away. Superb. And Blue Monkey, what about yourself?
I've been trying to, I guess, get noticed on YouTube for a little while. Like, there's a lot of channels that I had that I deleted and are long gone now. Don't want to see them again. But I wasn't as fortunate as Dan for getting kind of straight away the lift that I needed to make YouTube kind of my job. So yeah, there was a lot of things that I learned along the way, and all that kind of came together to make the channel, which is now known as Blue Monkey. So it was a tough beginning, but I can safely say I don't regret it now.
Of course not. And what about Element? Did you guys start off together as a unit, or did you come together as the channel?
Originally, it was me, Jason, and Chrissy, who isn't actually here right now. We were friends in college, and once we finished college, we all had a rough idea of how to, put together an animation. So we started to look for work, client work, see if anyone wanted to do some jobs doing, things like that, and it didn't work out. We wanted to make a short film to get noticed. So we started to build all of these assets for a short film, and we found a company that was willing to help out small projects like this and give us some funding. We didn't get the funding, but we'd already built a load of assets ready for this short film. So we thought, all right, we've got all these assets, we'll start a YouTube channel. So we started this YouTube channel, we called it Element Animation. That name wasn't the first one we came up with. It was, we went through about 40 different names before we all decided to...
Can we hear one then?
Core Animation. Core.
What was that one?
Core Animation. No,
Okay.
There were some really terrible ones, but yeah, we started working on a series called The Crack, which is a little series about 3 animated eggs. Nothing to do with Minecraft or anything like that. I hadn't even heard of Minecraft at this point. So we were doing this series for about a year, and Jason started playing Minecraft in 2010, yeah, somewhere around that. And he got me to have a play around, and I thought, we could do something with this. So I had a look on Mojang's website and checking out all the copyright info, and thought, we can do this. They're allowing us to do this. These guys are awesome. So we did our first video, which was an X guide to Minecraft, episode 1. It was just called an X guide to Minecraft at the time because we weren't sure how people were going to react to it. We put it out and people were loving it. The first time anything had been really spotted from Element Animation, before that point our view count was fairly low. But the first episode of an X guide to Minecraft got featured on Bebop's show, where he was doing that back then. And that gave it a huge boost. All of the Minecraft YouTubers were liking this video, so it was boosting it up. So we got a bit of exposure there. But the real tipping point was back in the beginning of 2012, I think. No, it was halfway through 2012. We were working. Seth Bling actually contacted us and said, "Hey, I've seen your X guide to Minecraft videos. Do you want to work on a project together?" And we were just like, well, okay, all right, we'll try this out. Because we had some ideas and they were actually pretty funny. And we were just like, okay, let's do this. We worked pretty much, I did not sleep during this project at all. I was just like, let's do this, it's awesome. I have to go do it. He had about 150,000 subscribers back then. And we were on, I think, 3. So it was like, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. And he put the video out, and then boom, overnight, we had gained about 30,000 subscribers on our channel. Because he was really generous with it. He gave us a giant splash screen at the end, which was just featuring our videos.
I think what's coming across is the community aspect of YouTube is really important,
Yeah.
and it's really helped a few of you guys out. What would you kind of say to our audience? I mean, out of interest, has anybody here got their own YouTube channel or enjoys animation themselves? Brilliant, we've got loads. Well, this will be really cool then for you guys because we're going to get as much info as possible for you. So, does anybody have a question to start with that they've been dying to ask? Okay, brilliant. I'll come down to join this young man. What's your name?
Jamie.
Jamie, and what's your question? Who's it for?
Is there tips and things for animating? Because that's what I do animation, so some tips.
I would say tips for animating. You find some software that you like. If you go for 2D, try Flash out. If you want to go 3D, try Blender because it's free. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube that will help you out. But the problem isn't getting all the software and getting everything ready, it's about whether you keep going with it. Because you're going to get to a point where you're just like, I am so fed up. There's too much information, I can't take it. But you've got to push past that. And once you do that, you keep going, you just keep practicing, you will get better and better. And you just keep, if you start putting videos out on YouTube yourself, as you improve, you'll get more and more noticed. And that will make you become more successful.
During the entire process of making a video, the jokes that you plan out are hilarious when you start, but during 2 weeks into it, you get so annoyed with them, you hate them, you don't want to continue the video. But when that video is uploaded and you see the comments, it's breathtaking. You get that vibe of, this is why I do this. So the final product will be worth it.
So mainly stick with it. I mean, like Caveman was saying, you were really lucky. Your first video just went crazy, but obviously it wasn't the first time you animated. Obviously you've worked a lot to get to that point beforehand.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting. Just stick, like you say, just stick with it.
Yeah,
you know, we've had
exactly.
some different stories here, and maybe it happening overnight, or that's not the case. But I think it's really important to just toil away, and as Matt said before, I think if you enjoy it, that's the main thing.
I think something that ties it all together is it seems to be comedy is important, and something to think about going forward is that it's funny the first time. It might not be funny the 500th time to you, but for someone else it'll be their first time.
Great stuff. Any more questions? Loads. Brilliant. Okay. Finn, we met during the Minecraft tournament, didn't we? What's your question?
Okay. Where did you get the idea for Wrecking Ball?
Where did I get the idea for Wrecking Mob? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Wrecking Mob is obviously a parody of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball. I wanted to, as soon as I heard the song for the first time, I was like, I want to make a parody of that. That song is a really good song, but Miley Cyrus freaks me out. So I wanted to make a more kid-friendly version of the song where there wasn't licking mallets and a girl gyrating everywhere. So I thought, well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it in Minecraft. And what's the thing that's kind of annoying like Miley Cyrus? And I thought, why not creepers? Creepers kind of, you know, suck. They blow up everything. So I kind of just took the idea. I was like, let's just make a really cool version of Wrecking Ball, but, you know, cleaning it up and making it Minecraft related, really. So that's kind of how a lot of thought processes go. You go like, that's a really good song. I want to do it, but I don't want to like steal from the source or just, you know, really make it different. I want to make it different. I don't want to have it the same. So it's just kind of like that.
And out of interest, how fast does the turnaround need to be? Obviously, you saw the video. And did the video just come out?
It had just come out. I didn't start working on it until the week after because of just things. But it usually takes, I would say, about a month to 2 months to put out a video if you're working on it extremely hard. Depending on how much and how long the video is, it could go from 1 month to a year. It really, I'm not like the best person to answer this question, but I know from my personal experience, it took about literally I started it in, for a video, and for Wrecking Mob in general, it took from the start of September to literally Minecon's last second before I presented it and then failed. And that's another story. But it takes a lot of time, and you guys should be really appreciative of cartoon animators, and every show you watch on TV, there is like months and months of preparation, and I found that out the hard way. So it's really, really cool to know how much effort people do and for providing content that you guys enjoy, hopefully.
Can I ask a question? Obviously, you said you picked that Miley Cyrus song because it's very popular, and it takes